Hello, I am Kyle. This is GivePause Hobby, and it is Timeout with GivePause number 7, I believe. And it's been kind of a big month. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and I got through quite a bit of content. So let's get right into it. So right off the bat, Sports with Kate with a single sport episode with football. Was a lot of fun. I was a part of that one, so it's kind of neat. Asymmetric Exercises continued with the moles, which was a really fun, kind of weird, bizarre one, which is exactly where I wanted this project to kind of go. If Shelves Could Talk, we had a teaser, and then a full episode with Sam Smith of Lord of the Board fame. We talked about the full episode was Heartrending Root Riddles, and the teaser was just question 0. We had 5 kind of like who is your favorite child sort of questions where there is really no right answer, and there was a question 0 about our history with the game and our biggest root flex, and the episode was already long enough, so I cut that out. There's a little teaser beforehand. Asymmetric Exercises, what was that, the fourth one, yes, with the lizards, utilized a part of one of my other pieces to, I think, great effect. I think that was a lot of fun exercise. There were 2 solo reviews I did back to back. I had a weekend of opportunity where our 4-year-old daughter, was with the grandparents. So we kind of made hay while the sun was shining. And I reviewed Tesla versus Edison, Powering Up, as well as Deep Space D6. Both of those games I would love to get to the Game Garage this summer when school is out. I do have my 2-week tour with the Guard Band coming up, so at the beginning of summer it won't be like immediately right into sorry, that was crooked like the entire time. It won't be immediately right into new content, but there'll still be a lot of time to get some more content in here. So Asymmetric Exercises 5, the Vagabond, was tons of fun. I got to show off a bunch of my mute toys for that one. Tea and Pancakes number 2 after 35 games of Root, and that had some significant changes in my rankings, so that was a good episode. Frost Talk 4, the pros of making your own con, where we talk all about the kind of unique personal conventions that I have been invited to and that inspired my wife and I to make. And I think it was a lot of fun episode. We also reviewed Dune, Imperium, and Parks. Spoiler, we like both of them quite a bit. Then we get into one of the 2 new kind of ventures, Frost's Unbox, which was a perfect opportunity, and I think we're going to maybe do this again in the future, for games that I have been like ravenously consuming all like media about, all pictures, all developmental journaling, and all that sort of stuff, for Oath. And then my wife, who every now and then I show her a cool picture, I tell her about the game, but she is not nearly keeping up with it as much as I am. So me, who's finally getting to like hold the components, and her, who's seeing some of them for the very first time. It was a bunch of fun, and Oath is a beautiful game, so it makes for really good unboxing material. After that, we had Asymmetric Exercises 6 with the Woodland Alliance, which was short and spiky and great. I'm really enjoying this project. I am wrapping up soon, and then ways down the road, I will return to it for episodes 9 and 10 when Badgers and Rats are finalized. Second to last thing, Winding the Gears. So a June 3rd and then a follow-up June 6th update to the BetterBot project files. We are nearing, at least on the Benjamin Schmaus side of things, completion of the factions, and then they get turned over to Leader Games for some internal playtesting. I'll get to something about that in a second. And the last but not least, the second of 2 new like ventures is So What's All This About? And then a game, which is kind of my channel's version of like a pitch video or a trailer for a game. Because I don't know about any of you, but if I have a game night or a game day or whatever it may be, there's usually some travel involved. Sometimes people are over at my house, but very rarely, even in normal times. And so it's really important that we kind of connect to see what games people are thinking about playing, so no one takes the time to bring games that we never even consider. So it's not a rules teach, it's a kind of a component overview, because I love the tactile toy nature of components. It's a huge part of why I love playing board games. A very surface level, not rules, but like just kind of what you're doing in the game and then how you win. So the first one was Long Shot, which is not out for many months. Sorry. It's a wonderful game, and for those of you who backed it, you backed the right horse. It's going to be an awesome addition to your collection. I am lucky enough to have my preview copy still, and I sent it out to friends for a game night that we're actually having tonight. So that was everything that was done. There's 14 things this month, which is wild, like crazy levels. Yeah, tons of fun. And I already have ideas for what's coming up. Again, I'm a teacher, so I'm coming up on summer break. The beginning is a little bit booked, but definitely will not be the case for all of it. So this is in no particular order, but aside from a couple things. One, update to the Winding the Gears update. I completely missed the update to the Rivet Folk board, which is pretty major. And so I will be doing that in short order and posting that as soon as I can, just for the people who are interested in trying out the newest stuff. Yeah, so it'll be whatever it is. I think that was episode 4. So this will be 4.5. SWATA. So what's all this about? Oath, which I know is a game that not everybody has, but as time progresses, more and more people are getting. So this will hopefully be a more usable trailer to send to your friends to say, hey, here's this game that I've been kind of madly like babbling on about for months and months and months. Here's a basic overview of what you're going to get to play with, because there's so much great stuff, what the game is about, and how you win it. You want me to bring it over? Hopefully they say yes. Asymmetric Exercises 7 and 8, which I've decided is birds then otters. I've been promising otters have been on the front burner, like mid front burner, for months, and it turns out they're going to be the 8th of 8 factions, because the bird one just kind of in short order came together, and so that'll be next week's, and the last one will be the week after that. I'd love to get a new game of Root in with the new Better Bot Project factions, maybe just a pure Robo Rumble. But then also, in addition, just like more Root content, because it's coming up on summer months, where my biggest worry is just not overheating in the game garage. I would love to get that game of me playing Vagabond, but also the Vagabot, and then other people. So yeah, some fun ideas I have coming up for those. Table for 2, I'd love to get Inhuman Conditions to the table. My wife and I love that game. She's way better at it than I am, and yeah, it deserves a little bit more of a look. Anytime I've seen a video of people playing, it's hilarious. Hopefully ours will be that way. But yeah, it's just a really great social deduction game with just 2 people. Well, it can be more, but typically for 2. Then a play-along game of Railroad Inc. Challenge. I have an idea of how I'm going to do that. It's been in my head, just haven't gotten a chance to do it yet. And last but not least, this will actually be probably sooner rather than later, but it's I thought kind of a good one to cap it off with, and that is a 1-year retrospective. So this is the last week of this first year, June, I think 11th, 10th or 11th. This is my anniversary of making content. So kind of reflecting on that, why I started, what I'm thinking about it now, positive things. I've learned some stuff. I've adjusted my work patterns, have different goals. And yeah, I want it to cover a few different bases. One, I want some aspect of it to be instructive to people who are considering diving into content creation. 2, I want it to be kind of my viewpoint on, because I've tracked it all quite like to the minutia of all of it, and I'll show that in the video, to maybe, for those who are maybe already creating content, how you can look at what you are creating just to get a better feel for what's working and what's not. You know, for some people that's not an issue. You put out something, tons of people watch, which is awesome. That's the goal. For lots of people, myself included, that's not how things work. And so maybe a way to, like a pressure release valve and some self-criticism, not criticism, but like a critical eye you can put to your work so you don't just spin your tires and get frustrated. And last but not least, just a celebration of a year. It is all positive. I'm not like shutting down the channel. It is all continuing. I've learned some lessons. I'll do some things different, but I'll continue doing lots of what I've already been doing. But just a celebration of what I've learned, and that should be coming out soon. So with that, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you here at Give Pause Hobby with whatever comes up next. Bye!